Well, let's just say a small W for us gaming fans, a little W. I don't know how well it's going to translate in the future, but let's celebrate them when we get them, yeah? Because Microsoft concedes that the Outer Worlds 2 retail price was too high. Xbox says it will keep our full price holiday releases at $69.99 with refunds incoming. I mean, $70 games are still too expensive for me, but at least there is a win for us, the gamers. According to Jez Carden at Windows Central, right? They dropped this article yesterday, 19 hours ago, as of recording, and they said that Microsoft has decided to backtrack on the $80 game. I mean, I did a video earlier when they first announced this, saying that games going up to $80, and I wanted to go crazy. That's all I wanted to know. If Microsoft crazy. Because the Xbox was in a precarious position to begin with, and they jacked up price for hardware and talking about $80 for software. And the one they chose to do this with would have been the Outer Worlds 2. Not even a well-established IP, but the Outer Worlds 2. And so they were really gambling with this one, and apparently they folded because I guess there's a pre-order numbers or whatever, and so they folded because they were crazy to think that anybody will be paying $80 for Outer Worlds 2. But I mean, let's hope it's the beginning of the trend of persons pulling back. Like I said in my previous video, imagine that the price point was a check in the box for upcoming releases. When you hear Mafia, the old country say, oh well, we're only gonna be $50 or whatever the price is, we're like, okay, yeah, that's part of it. Clear Obscure Expedition 33, cheaper than usual AAA games. We're like, okay, yeah, and that was a solid game, solid game. I enjoyed the game immensely. But the point is that, I mean, again, a win for us. But again, we don't know, because look at this way. Same time, June, according to Matt Piscatella at Sakana, US video game chart in 2025 shows that Nintendo Switch 2, the debut, was the fastest selling video game hardware in US history. And consumer spending in both video game hardware and accessories was at an all-time high. And I saw an article saying that a high percentage of persons who bought the Switch 2 also bought Mario Kart World, which means that, man, look at this right here. Look at this right here. Mario Kart World. Number 3 last month, and that's $80 a pop, right? Digital sale not included. So we don't know if it's those who bought the packaged bundle. We don't know. I don't think they differentiate. So it could have been the person's jump on because they know if I bought the package, it's going to be cheaper in the long run. Or those who bought it standalone. Either way, an $80 game, Mario Kart World is up there, number 3 for best-selling games last month. That's in June. Still frightening. But I guess they felt as though they can do that with Mario Kart World, but Microsoft was crazy to think that they could do that with Outer Worlds 2. But I'm just hoping that we are going down a road where they realize that it don't make sense to sell a game for $80 because you're not going to get the volume that you might want to recoup some of that cost. Of course, you're going to have the stands diehards. I mean, you can't do nothing about Nintendo folks. You just can't do nothing about them. There's something about Nintendo that these people feel as though they must buy these Nintendo things at that ridiculous price. Something about Nintendo. Nostalgia, I guess. I enjoyed Mario when I was younger. I ain't keep with Mario and Nintendo right now. My son, maybe I might buy it for him. But for me, I'm a big man. I ain't taking on them childish games anymore. Right? Well, let me just rephrase. I would not buy a system solely to play those kind of games. Right? Because if you buy your Nintendo Switch 2, you are going to look at a compromised experience for the other AAA third-party games because it's not powerful enough hardware. I'm not about that. So they could go where they're going with the Switch 2 and the price and the $80 game. But Microsoft, they're just doing some weird things in recent times, boy. They don't have a rudder. As a ship, there's no rudder. But let me rephrase. Perhaps I know what they're doing. Because this is for that Sony market. Remember, Sony has the largest install base, larger than Microsoft for sure. And so therefore, if we're putting this game on Game Pass, we're hoping that the Xbox persons are going to get it on Game Pass, or subscribe to get it on Game Pass. So we make our money on the subscription. But we're going to dig into the pool of PlayStation folks and get them to buy it for $70. It was never going to happen at $80 because it's too expensive. And so they retooled their strategy, and now they're looking to get dip right there. I mean, it's a two-pronged approach. I mean, you can't fault them. It's a different approach. We have the subs for the Xbox persons, then we have the day one sales or whatever for the PlayStation persons. So, win-win, right? They get the subscription money, they get the upfront money. Win-win for Microsoft. So, really and truly, it's not a bad strategy if you think about it. But, again, we won a little thing. They reduced it. Let's hope the same thing going forward. Not only this, because you remember, there was a lot of uproar about Borderlands 4 that might be $80. So after Randy Pitchford put his foot in the mouth, the actual game is going to come in at $70. So again, they might have seen the pushback, and so that's not just, it's not Microsoft alone, but look at them. They spread the crumbs, saw the reception negative, and they chose to pull back. So you can see that they're realizing that gamers are no fools. Well, minus Nintendo gamers. I don't know what going. Honestly, I don't know what going on there. I am buying Mario Kart World for $80. I don't know what going on there. Nintendo fans are special breed, yo. They're special breed. But the rest of us, we ain't doing the $80 thing. So let's come again with that one. All right. So take the W for now, and let's hope that it goes forward more.